Bing boing bing. Everybody has a story to tell with Toddy One Skip. Hey guys, this is Everybody Has a Story to Tell with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. How you doing? Guys, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about some of the comments that I got and how some things might work online and what I feel I'm responsible for and what I feel like you guys think I'm responsible for. Now, when I say you guys, it's not all of you, of course. It's not, and you have to remember this is all opinion. It's my opinion. If you guys want to have your opinion, you can put it down in the comments. There's no problem. And if you really feel strongly about an opinion, you can get your own channel and talk about it as well. That's fine, right? So, guys, a few of you have come to me and said, Toddy, Patrick lied to you. If Patrick lied to me, why am I responsible for that? Am I responsible for people that come on my platform and lie, especially when I don't know that they're lying? And I still don't know that they're lying. I don't think Patrick lied to me because he hasn't clarified things. I mean, I'm not that black and white. I figure there's a whole wide world, a broken leg, the loss of some friends, a real life that this man has to deal with, a bunch of hate that he's getting online, whether you think warranted or not, his own family and shit. See, I see all of that stuff because I know that there's more to Patrick's life than the Whitakers, right? I mean, let's be fair. Let's be fair. You guys, half of you guys are very critical of the Whitakers, but then when maybe somebody takes their own life first because maybe they have things that they need to do, you'll sit there and say, but he shouldn't have a life until he takes care of the Whitakers. But the Whitakers didn't take care of themselves, Toddy. This man is not going to be liked by the people that don't like him. End of story. That's not my problem, nor is it my issue. I don't care. Like him, don't like him. I don't care. But don't accuse me of letting somebody come on my platform and lie to people because that didn't happen. And it didn't happen on Lady K's platform either. I gave him, Lady K gave him a safe platform to tell his truth. You guys wanted to hear the truth. You guys wanted to hear from him. We supplied him. He answered all your questions. And then when everything was closed down, you guys had more questions for him, which he answered again. And some of you didn't like the answer, but he answered the questions. And now we have more questions that we're going to go ask him about, right? And right now he's saying, hold the phone. I need a break. I don't want to talk about this. I'm doing stuff behind the scenes, and I don't think it's worked out very well for me to share all my information. Is that not fair? Let me ask you a question, guys. What has Eric done? Yeah, I think Patrick is more in the right and lesser of the two evils than Eric. I sure do. I think Patrick went in there with the intention exactly what he said. Him and Timmy were friends, they'd make videos together, and that was that. Some of you were saying Patrick reached out to Eric. That's not the truth. That's not what happened. Eric reached out to Patrick. He said it, he wrote it. I can't make you guys see that if you don't want to see that. Some of you are determined to think Eric's a saint and Patrick's a lowlife. Okay. I can't do anything about that. I don't see it that way. I see Eric being the devil here, and I see Patrick got caught up in it. Now, how much of a responsibility does Patrick have? I don't know. I'm not the judgment police. The family should get back together, in my opinion. Some of you are going to say, Toddy, you're fucking nuts. The family should stay right where they're at. Really? Show me one picture where the family is okay where they're at. Because I saw a lot of pictures where the family was okay where they were at. Not by your standards, by their standards. And that's the standards we're talking about. is their standards, their happiness. That's not up to any of us to decide what that is. You know, I guarantee you, if you go around your neighborhood, you're going to see somebody that lives dirty and filthy and perhaps even a gigantic hoarder that you don't even know about. I guarantee you, you will. And the fact that you don't know about it doesn't mean it's not happening. Yeah, people put cameras in the Whitakers' faces that showed us something that bothered some of us, entertained some of us it was heartbreaking for, some of us laughed about it. Some of us found it fascinating. How could people live like that? How do they know what the other one's saying? How do you live your life? What's your perspective from a porch? That's where I came from. That's where I got into the Whitakers almost 2 years ago when Mark Leda was covering them. You could see it on the other channel. I didn't just come up here. I have another channel. It's got the Whitakers first playlist, and it goes back a while before Eric and Patrick were ever in my purview. Never knew anything about them. I cared about the Whitakers. I found them a very curious family, a very interesting family, and sometimes, yes, entertaining. I loved to see them go shopping with Mark. I loved to see them at the fair. I loved to see Betty and Larry with the effort that they put into lighting up their little white Christmas tree and putting ornaments on it, and Larry having to put the star way up on the top. Yeah, I loved seeing that. And I loved seeing how Timmy was all clean and doing all this cool stuff with Patrick. I loved seeing that. And I liked very much the idea of what Eric was talking about. And I said from the beginning, if this is what they're going to do, I'm great with it. Me as just somebody watching, just like you guys, we're all watching unless we're there and acting on something. That's what we're doing. We all have an opinion, right? So if we saw and we enjoyed that and we didn't do anything to stop it, we watched it, right? And we wanted the best for the family and we were hoping, and then we saw things that didn't make any sense. And a few of you, and I've said this on many videos, a few of you knew what was happening here. A few of you knew what Eric was about. How did you know? Did you know anything about his past? Was it a feeling you got? Because a few of you wrote to me and said, hey, Eric's going to break up the family, Toddy. He's going to break up that family. How'd you know that? Do I feel stupid for not giving him, for giving him the benefit of the doubt? No, that's all on Eric. Eric Carroll could wear that shit. I just reported on something and said, I don't care if Eric Carroll makes $500,000 as long as the Whitakers have a nice, clean home. Didn't care if that Whittaker home was functional and perfect and it was $150,000 and him and Patrick walked away with $500,000 each. I didn't care. I honestly didn't care because all I wanted was the Whitakers to benefit from this. I didn't care if they both benefited. They should get paid for their time. But what happened here wasn't that. What happened here, in my opinion, was somebody went in with an idea to take advantage of a bunch of dumb country folk. And they didn't care the collateral damage that they left behind. They didn't care. Now, does Patrick feel stupid for allowing Eric to come in? I'm sure he does. But should he feel responsible for what happened? No. The only thing that I would say that he should be responsible for, in my opinion, okay, is please just answer the questions about the supposed abuse from BJ to Timmy, because Patrick himself said that in an interview. Not in an interview, but in a video. Patrick himself said that in a video that I feel was scripted. If it was scripted, just tell us it was scripted and tell us why. Was it? I mean, I feel like if Patrick jumped on side with Eric for whatever reason, whether it be intimidation, whether it just be I didn't understand, whatever. Just say that. Just that's all. All we can expect from anybody to do is tell us the truth. Sometimes the truth is hard, especially when we get into something that maybe, oh shit, we didn't even realize we were into until we were halfway in on it. If it's not deliberate and it wasn't intentional, people are allowed to have mistakes. If it was deliberate, if it was intentional, you should have known better. This is what happens. This is your punishment. I seriously do not think that Patrick wanted this to happen. I think Patrick wanted the Whitakers to get a new house and everything. And if he can make money off of it, so be it. And I don't see a problem with that. Again, I didn't see a problem with Eric doing it. As long as the Whitakers came out with what they were supposed to come out with, I didn't care. And you could see that in my videos. And that was a personal thing. I said, if you guys have a problem with that, then that's fine. Personally, I don't have a problem with that as long as the Whitakers get what's promised to them. And that was before this whole thing went tits up. Pardon my language. So I don't feel like I owe anybody anything except the truth when I know it's the truth. And I would never bring somebody on who I knew was a habitual liar or a liar to tell somebody an untruth. But that's on them. And I'm not saying that Patrick is, because I don't believe he is. I don't believe he is. I believe that there's questions about things that there's a true contrast, if you will, a lie, okay, an untruth. You guys want me to say that? With, did BJ put hands on Timmy? Was that scripted? Why was that changed up? Did you get them the car with their money or your money? What are you going to do about giving the Whitakers their money? How are you going to do that? These aren't answers that are really owed to me or anybody else, but these are the questions that I would ask. The only answer that I think is owed to us, to be honest with you, is the video that came up with Timmy saying that BJ hit him. And is that true? And I don't think it is true. I think it's scripted. Why is it scripted? How did that happen? Guys, woo! Anyway, this is everybody has a story to tell. I almost said the other channel. This is everybody has a story to tell with Toddy One Skip. The other channel's issues with Toddy One Skip. But this is everybody has a story to tell with Toddy One Skip. This is the Whittaker's story. Don't let it be yours. Guys, have a great day. I'll see you. I got a few videos to put out. Not all on the Whitakers. All right. I'm not going to make up stuff just to talk about the Whitakers. Guys, take care. I'll see you on the next one. Be good. Bing, boing, bing. Everybody has a story to tell with Toddy One Skip.